our title speaker, Mr. Ian Robertson, and the title of his speech is Oliver.
I've got your attention. The speech is called Oliver, but I'm not going to reveal the significance of Oliver until the very end. But what I will say just now is I've always been fascinated by stories and storytellers, but particularly through films, whether that be TV, cartoons, movies. Always been inspired. And obviously that opening line, Tarzan. But not just Tarzan, Johnny Weissmuller, the definitive Tarzan. Nobody's equalled him since. I remember watching Tarzan when I was a kid, and even now, it still puts a smile on my face when I think about some of the lines, the few lines that Tarzan used. There was that strange yodel which was supposed to be some way of communicating with apes, but he had another line as well, not the me Tarzan, you Jane, but Umgawa. What a strange word. And this covered everything. Umgawa, that meant elephants come to the rescue. Umgawa meant go away again. Umgawa, tried people doing some sort of ceremonial dance. Really quite strange. Now in contrast, another movie that really puts a smile on my face for so many lines is a movie about a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania and a character called Frankenfurter. You've got it, the Rocky Horror Show. Now the Rocky Horror Show is a story about Brad and Janet, who by accident find themselves in the Frankenstein house on a very special evening. And the true horror of Rocky Horror is revealed just after these lines are delivered by Frankenfurter. So, come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. Wonderful stuff. In contrast again, action movies. I love action movies. And the character that defines action movies is Bond. James Bond. And over the years people have tried to out-Bond Bond. Nobody's really succeeded. Remember in the 1980s, the big action movie characters that drew people to the box office. Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sylvester Stallone, the two characters that I remember, in fact everybody remembers, Rocky, sorry that was Frankenfurter, Rocky, Rocky the boxer, and Rambo. And the lines that again make me smile, and I have to confess I actually used this, although not in this voice. I used this line when I proposed to my wife. And the line actually was, what you doing for the next 40 or 50 years? As Rambo, the line that everybody remembers, of course, is, don't push me. And guess what? He kept on doing it. Rambo 1, Rambo 2, Rambo 3, Rambo 4, I believe. The person in competition with him, Big Arnie, Arnold Schwarzenegger. A man of few words again, but the few words that he said, it was the way that he said it that really made it memorable. Two lines that I'm sure everybody remembers. Hasta la vista, baby. Before he blew them away. And the other one was, I'll be back. And he was Terminator 1, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, and I believe Terminator 4, but I'm not sure if Arnie's going to be in this one. Cartoons, I love cartoons as well. The Simpsons. They've done a wonderful parody of Arnold Schwarzenegger or his character. And The Simpsons, in terms of lines and how lines are delivered, over the last 20 years, you know, the line that comes to mind, Homer, don't, don't. It's actually in the Oxford English Dictionary now. Don't. 20 years, wonderful stuff. Cartoons, I love cartoons. And often when people think about cartoons, they think Disney. Way back to Mortimer Mouse, as he was first called, now Mickey Mouse. Oh, hello! What a fantastic line. And his sidekick, Goofy. What was Goofy? What kind of animal was Goofy? But the line that I remember, it's not actually words, it's more a kind of the competition that Disney had was Warner Brothers, and the storyteller that really brought the characters alive, Mel Blanc, the man of 1,000 voices, unbelievable. You know, characters like Foghorn Leghorn, Roadrunner, and my all-time favourite, Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny's brilliant. Yeah, what's up, Duck? But it's cartoons that I really want to tell you about in terms of Oliver, and I'll explain now. Oliver Postgate, rest his soul, he died just recently. And I think it's probably one of the first images that I've ever seen on screen was an Oliver Postgate production. Oliver Postgate made cartoons or animated short films, Ivor the Engine, Bagpuss, but my all-time favourite, Noggin the Nog. And just imagine a little kid mesmerised, inspired, looking at this black and white TV, because it was black and white back in the olden days when I was a kid. And it was this line, it was a strange piece of music that opened with the opening credits, and it came up to Sagas of Noggin the Nog. But it was Oliver Postgate's voice that really mesmerised me. And it still does when I go on YouTube and watch this, it's fantastic. And this is what he used to say in the opening lines. In the lands of the north, where the black rocks stand guard against the cold seas, in the dark nights that are very long, the men of the Northlands would sit round their great log fires and they would tell a tale. They'd tell a tale about a prince who built a longship and sailed in it to beyond the black ice at the edge of the world, to bring home his bride from the land of the midnight sun. And the prince's name was Noggin the Nog. Mr. Oliver Postgate, this is for you. May your stories inspire generations to come in the way that they've inspired me.